compensate developing countries for loss and damage from climate impact. There were positive responses from several of the Prime Minister's interlocutors, including the French President, the UN Secretary General, IMF, World Bank, and other key leaders, including US Special Envoy for Climate Change, Mr. Kerry. All of them agreed and committed to help Pakistan mobilize international support. An international conference focusing on sustainable rebuilding, rehabilitation, and reconstruction will be convened once the damage and needs assessment and a comprehensive plan are prepared. During his address to the General Assembly and in other interactions, the Prime Minister also outlined Pakistan's perspective on a number of other issues of concern to Pakistan and the wider international community. He also drew attention to the grave situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and the fact that this dispute was the main source of tension between Pakistan and India. To resume a dialogue and ease tensions, India should reverse its illegal and unilateral actions taken since 5th of August 2019. The Prime Minister invited India to work for peace and allow both countries to focus on the alleviation of poverty, disease, and hunger. The Foreign Minister also had an extensive program. You would have noticed he attended various high-level meetings and events, including the closed-door leaders roundtable on COP27, the Food Security Summit, co-organized by EU, African Union, and the US, the OIC Contact Group on Jammu and Kashmir, OIC Contact Group on Muslims in Europe, the OIC Committee of Six on Palestine, the ministerial meeting of UN Friends of Mediation, a ministerial meeting of the Group of Friends of Global Development Initiative. The Foreign Minister also chaired the annual coordination meeting of the OIC Foreign Ministers, as well as the G77 and China annual meeting of foreign ministers. As you're aware, Pakistan is chairing both the OIC and the G77 this year. The Foreign Minister also hosted a meeting of young foreign ministers and a high-level event on loss and damage, which was organized by Pakistan. The Foreign Minister also held bilateral meetings with a large number of his counterparts and also had extensive media and think tank interactions. The Minister of State also had various bilateral interactions besides participating in several events, including on feminist foreign policy hosted by the German Foreign Minister, a ministerial meeting of the non-aligned movement, and a high-level meeting on UN peacekeeping that was hosted by the Irish Foreign Minister. Later, as you have been following, the Foreign Minister embarked on a trip to Washington, D.C., accompanied by the Minister of State. During the visit, the Foreign Minister had a very productive meeting with the U.S. Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, during which U.S. announced additional $10 million for Pakistan's flood relief efforts, bringing the total contribution to $66.1 million.